Hello, 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 and welcome back. I'm Jacka, and this is the Séance at Blake Manor. We just did some pretty big uncoverings, so let's take a gander at some of this. We still need to unlock this coded page. Still don't see anything that's like it just yet. We still need to figure that out. Go around here. Let's talk to Miss Darcy, since she's right here. Actually, I don't think there's much we can talk to her about.
Mr. Ward, you've come back to me.
Hello. Okay, we can't talk to her. Alright, let's definitely talk to her about some things. We want to get to the telegraph room, I believe, by 3. Still 2 people locked. Have you been witness to anyone washing clothes in an odd place, like the fountain? Oh, why would I see that? Are the laundry services broken? Maybe. Off really quickly. There we go. Have you ever written about miscarriages in your work? No, it's not something I think I... Frankly, sir, given how the topic is dealt with in the real world, I do not think publishers or an audience would care for it. Here. At this period in time, it's taken very badly and treated very badly. I've been hearing talk that this manor is haunted. Have you seen anything like that yourself? If you had said that to me not 2 weeks ago, I'd have rolled my eyes at you, sir. Are you, sir? At you, at you, at you. Developers. But this place has changed my mind on ghosts. Yeah, the place is pretty fucking haunted. Were you at the bridge game on Tuesday? Indeed, I was. And I got roundly thrashed, so I don't want to speak any more about it. I'm sorry, but I must ask. Did many attend? I suppose I will say that we eventually managed to convince the doctor to play, after no small amount of badgering. He was a good sport about it, and surprisingly good at the game itself, come to think of it. His aunt was there too, of course, as was Miss Quinn, Miss Barbosa, Mrs. Lau, Mr. Coventry, and, of course, the Marquess. Interesting. The Marquess. Have you ever met Miss Dean? Miss Dean is... Oh, her. I know of her, but I can't say I know her personally. But she did make herself known the other day, arguing with Miss Quinn outside my door. I might have minded more, but honestly, it was quite the story. Can I have the story? Where's everything? No, I don't get to have the story. Okay. Is Quinn in here? No. What do you know about this crazy, scary guy? Have you spoken to Father Sinnott? Oh, him. Yes, we talked a while. Long enough for him to pass judgment. He suggested I repent and leave. Why would I listen to him? I'm not here looking for religion, and I'm certainly not here to confess my sins. Why are you here? Try to figure it out. Well, then what's your thoughts on Simon Coventry? Have you spoken with Mr. Coventry? I didn't find him all that interesting until I learned he was a jeweler. That piqued my interest. Oh, he's a jeweler. I have arranged to go see him when all this is over. I have a number of men's items to pass on. She definitely killed her husband, right? She definitely did. What do you make of Miss Hisham? She should be fabulous company. Having come so far on her own, I was expecting at least some interesting conversation. But there's something wrong with her. There's no other way to say it. It's like she's possessed by something. I wonder if one of the ghosts have got to her early. I'm only joking. I mean, I think so. He doesn't seem magically inclined. Have you spoken to Miss McLeod? The Scottish girl? I have, a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what she's doing here, but girls like her have a tendency to find the strangest places for themselves. Couldn't stop talking about this book she has, either. It was about lucent dreams? As if there aren't enough problems in the world without dreaming up new ones. What about Rory? Have you spoken to Dr. Callahan? I have indeed. It will be the guests that save this whole event for me, you know, Mr. Ward, with Dr. Callahan among them. You don't know, or perhaps you do, what time without decent conversation can do to a person. I was expecting at least of all from some local doctor, but it turns out he could give my Londonite sort a run for their money. They will be furious if they meet him. How wonderful. Have you spoken to Marquess Blake? Oh, only a little. He joined us for bridge the other evening, but said little outside of the game. I know his type. Quiet, stoic nobleman. Not exactly the type to host a large event such as this. True. Were you aware that there is a Master Blake? Was I aware? No, I can't say I was. Why would I be? Fathers have sons, families have heirs. What is there to say? True. What about cattle? Have you spoken to Mr. O'Meara? A little. Good God, have you ever seen a boy look more like he stepped out of a painting? He's practically cherubic. I hope for his sake he never follows the trend of all this and goes to London. Well, he may not agree, but I'm sure they would eat him alive. Yeah, I believe it. Have you met Miss Barbosa? You have spoken briefly. Her journey here is almost unbelievable. Certainly, if I robbed it for a tale, I think I would have a hard time selling a reader on it. To think all that action and travel only to spend her days here, waiting by a telegraph machine. What about yourself? Oh, well now, have I not made introductions, or is this an attempt to charm me? Let's see. My name is Olivia Darcy, as you know, and I am visiting from London. Moreover, I am sorely missing the city. It is very clean here. Quiet, too. I'm going to appreciate the city so much more when I get home. Clean is a bad thing, apparently. What do you think about the porter? Have you had reason to speak with Mr. Doyle? No, I don't think so. Well, I think I might have gently suggested he be more careful with my bags. I mean, it is his main function. He should be good at it. I think he's good at a lot of things. I think he's drunk. Have you spoken to Mr. O'Finn? That man is a savage. He smells like a wet dog and has the manners to match. I thought this was to be a civilized event, but then in walks the local reprobate. He just feels like he's in the wrong story. But it's true, in a way. Have you met Mrs. Erickson? I have. She's all right. Brief doses. She can be a bit much. A bit too eager to showcase her talents for my liking. Have you spoken to the manager? As much as I can, but he is very tight-lipped. I think he suspects I may use anything he says in a story. And he is right. He seems like a perfect villain for a story, don't you think? Silent as he may be, I've been watching him. He has an old key he caresses from time to time. It's probably just a master key to the place, but I will embellish on that point when I make use of him as an inspiration. Girl, you are insane. Sorry, I felt something on my foot and had to roll my chair back to make sure it wasn't important.
That was all. Good day, Mrs. Darcy.
Good day, Mr. Ward.
Well, that was illuminating. Off we go. Ooh, there's people up there. Did it. Oh, a lot of people. Hi.
You really mean to tell me you've never been to so much as a tarot reading before? Awfully common, of course, tarot. A séance or other ritual is preferable. But I really would have thought you'd have some experience.
No, I confess, I'm a novice to the whole thing. But this séance sounded so fascinating. When I heard of it, I couldn't bring myself not to come along.
No one could fault you for your lack of ambition.
Ambition? If you like. Mere curiosity, really. Who isn't a little interested in whatever comes next? Especially at our age.
Well, quite.
He's a little bit like about it, you know? We're 220. Let's analyze. And we probably want to introduce ourselves. But I do want to get... What is that? Sands are stained with something, but I cannot tell what. A little blue, isn't it? dusty clothes. Either he's recently been moving around in old spaces, or he has not cleaned his suit in a while. That's sus. How you doing, buddy?
Mr. Ward, how are you?
Why do you look like you have blue paint on your hands, buddy? Just wondering here. What's up with the stained hands? Your hands, sir. They are stained? Ah, so they are. My apologies. I must admit, I took some work with me. I was working on some pieces in my room before I stepped out. I should have done a better job cleaning up after myself. Blue paint for jewelry, huh? Interesting. What's up with the dust? You have some dust on your suit, sir? Ah, so I do. How did that get there? Perhaps the housekeeper is not so fastidious as she should be, eh? What are you doing? Have you spotted anything of note on today's schedule? The talks look interesting. I'm especially interested in hearing the Marquess talk about the building and its history. And after a spot at lunch, Miss Callahan's talk on the other world, I think it's called, might be worth hearing. Then a spot of dinner at 7 before the fancy dress ball this evening. I must confess I hope that doesn't run too late. Partying into the wee hours is behind me these days. For tomorrow, I hope to make the doctor's talk at 3 p.m. And of course, I am giving my own talk at 5 p.m. History of the region. I am interested in attending the silent dinner at 8 p.m. We're gonna leave you because I want to catch the other lady.
Good day, sir.
But,
And to you.
I'm happy to have your schedule in particular. You're strange. Very strange. Can I get an introduction to you as well?
Terrible weather, eh?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised you guys are standing out here without an umbrella.
I might well move indoors before it gets any worse.
That would be wise.
Where are my manners? I'm Michael Scarrett, over from London.
Oh, welcome, Michael Scarrett over from London.
And you mark my words, young man. That's a name everyone will remember by the end of this event.
That's very suspicious.
Excellent, Ward. The pleasure is mine.
Just want to get your timetable. We'll get back to you. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Well, now, I plan to attend a few talks today, namely those of our hosts, Miss Mantovani and the Marquess. Then a quick drink at the bar at 6 p.m. before the ball at 9. Then tomorrow, if I get enough sleep, they have a reverend coming in for a service at 11 a.m. in the graveyard church. Somewhat of a way to atone for the night before. Then I intend to rest up in the bar until the silent dinner. Whatever nonsense that is. One last meal before the big event, eh? Thank you.
Good day, Mrs. Scarrett.
Good day.
I would talk longer with you, but I want to go talk to the lady in the telegraph room, and I want to do so before she leaves at 3, which I believe means we have a thing to do at that. We are so very we're so very busy. So busy. Terribly busy. So we're back to normal, are we? Oh, side note, it is officially November now for me, and I have already been getting the gifts. You know who it is. Madam Christmas herself. I'm like, you guys, literally, I'm not even kidding. It was 12:01, and I was like, there's like 10 gifts, and I'm like, guys, no. Do not bring her forth. You'll summon her. Ah, hello, ma'am. I would like to analyze you and then talk. Your necklace broken? The design on her necklace is reminiscent of cracked porcelain. Yeah, it is. Pretty, though. She looks tired, as if she hasn't slept well in a long time. Yeah. Headdress of some sort. Any more on her face? Charcoal smudged hands. There are dark smudges on her hands. Perhaps she's been drawing. Vase. She's the one.
Mr. Ward, you need to talk to me?
I do, my dear. I have several things I would like to talk to you about. Have you been drawing a vase? The vase of Nectan... Okay, hold on. Nectanebo. Nectanebo? Nectanebo? I can see it when I close my eyes. Long buried and then long lost. Be somewhere here in these halls. but it is not here to see. Someone has hidden it away. But where? The basement? The church? Blake's own residence? I could find nothing. If only I could find some records. Excuse me. I'm just passionate. Okay. I need to find some time for the library. Tell me about your fascination with the vase. This vase you're studying, is it an artifact you have a particular interest in? I discovered it had been acquired by a member of the Irish gentry a few years ago, and as is true of so much of our history in Egypt, it was taken from its rightful home and kept as a souvenir. Supposedly, it's stored somewhere among the Blake's possessions. I would be interested in seeing it. Have you been drawing? Ah, the charcoal. Yes, it gets everywhere. It's useful for sketches of artifacts, shading, to manipulate the values of light and dark and bring life to a still image, but still to never match the real thing. Yeah. Your headdress, Miss Hisham, does it carry any significance? It is a tarha. Or tarha? I don't know. Headdresses are a symbol of my faith and devotion as a Sunni Muslim. Is it Muslim or Muslim? I never know. I am thinking perhaps you do not get so many of us over here. I must confess you would be the first I met of that ilk. Have you had trouble sleeping of late, Miss Hisham? And if I have, it is a strange place where up is down, down is left, and God only knows where right is. Is that not to be expected? I have not slept properly in some time now. Maybe even before I came here. Yeah, you look that way. Your necklace, it is an unusual design. It is made from pottery I have excavated. Pottery was not actually old or valuable, a modern pot covered in countless sandstorms. I wear it to remind me to stay in the present. There is beauty to be found here as much as in the past. Sometimes I find myself struggling with these days. I find myself struggling. I like that sentiment. Strange dreams. I've had some strange dream while I've been staying here. This place, it gets too easily into one's head. I haven't tasted a good night's sleep in a very long time. Probably not. Why are you here? Seem they spared no expense to put on this event. Of course, it would have been cheaper to host it in your Dublin or London, but then the house itself is the draw. The house and its inhabitants. I suppose they do not travel. Yeah? The dead people? Have you seen anything strange around the manor? Like perhaps ghosts? Ah, do you see them too? They do like to wander, the dead. Those of them who can. It is strange to note that ghosts carry their physical plights at death. You would think they would heal or something, but no. Why is that? Where are you going to be all about? What are your plans for Saturday? Well, I do not think I can miss the ball this evening. I want to know what is considered to be a party over here. Until then, I am interested in the history of this manor, so I will attend the Marquess's talk at 11. And I'm meeting Mr. O'Meara for lunch at 1. As for tomorrow, social obligations aside, I intend to explore the manor. Quite an interesting building, and so large, I'm sure it holds many secrets. I hear the graveyard is opening up too. I may pay it a visit around 11. And of course, I do not think I can miss the séance. Okay? What do you think about the strange device? Have you noticed the strange device in the atrium? Eventually, I didn't notice it under the stairs until one day I saw a few guests gathered around it. They had noticed its gauge increasing and were wondering why. I did not care, so I left them to it. She's here exclusively for this vase. I understand there was a bridge game on Tuesday. Yes, though I was not there. I was taking a walk in the gardens, and then I retired to my room. Do you know Evelyn Dean? Have you met Miss Dean? She is an acquaintance. No, a friend. We have been writing to her for some time. She is the reason I came here. She invited me, based on my work, my research. But I have not seen her in a day or two. At first, I actually forgot she was here. My friend who brought me here. It's like forgetting to eat or drink. Then I found some of our correspondence, and it reminded me she was here. But I cannot find her now. I am worried for her. You and me both. I don't think she's going to have much insight. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Hisham? I am a historian and Egyptologist, and I am here to see how the adoption of ancient Egyptian culture and symbology is being used in magic. I think there are arguments to be had about the nature of this magic, but I would not invite myself to those arguments. Otherwise, I am the eldest of 3 daughters, and I would very much like to see my sisters soon before they run off and marry the first pretty poet boy they meet. Hopefully I will not be kept too long in this part of the world. It is lovely, but my bones were not made for this cold. Feel that. I think as of right now, I think that's all I want to talk to her about right now. At the
I'll
moment.
leave you be.
May Allah guide you.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi.
More questions?
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you know? What about the wanted post? Let's start with this just in case she gets, angry. I'm beginning to think this place really is haunted, And why not? Everywhere people have been ends up haunted. What makes you think this place is different? How about bridge? Were you at the bridge game on Tuesday? Yes. Darcy taught me how to play. How bored I was. Did many attend? Aside for Darcy and I were the Callahans, Quinn, Lau, Coventry, and this man who owns the place, Blake. I found this. I thought you might want it before anyone else sees it. How did you get this? Did you break into Dean's room? Does that matter? I suggest you take it and dispose of it before anyone else sees it. You were right, of course. She told me she had it, tried to make use of it over me. She must have seen the fire in my eyes because she left me and has avoided me since. It is a foolish keepsake. I was an idiot to take it. I was captured, taken by the man who killed my mother. I do not know his plans for me, and I had no intention in finding out. And so I started a fire. I would rather have died in a blaze than let him choose my fate. But maybe my mother was watching over me, because the way the fire went, I was able to escape instead. My captor and his crew were not so lucky, and good for them. I had no plan. I was lost. By the time I got to Rio, my face was on posters, so maybe not all of his people burned. Shame. That is when I decided it was time to leave Brazil. I go to the port a few hours later. There were posters there too. So I took one before I left. Souvenir. A stupid, dangerous souvenir. I hope that was a one-time thing. Fire? It was just that one time. Good, I implore you to keep it that way. Otherwise I will bring you in myself. Understood? Understood. Yay! She didn't hate us. What do you think about Coventry? Have you spoken to Mr. Coventry? Yes, he knows a good deal of this area and its history. I'm interested in that. He's what I imagine talking to a grandfather is like, including the musty smell. Fair. Brutal, but fair. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. We'll have a conversation later.
Oh, if you see that lazy porter, tell him I want my telegram.
He still hasn't given you your telegram? Girl, I'm gonna go talk to him. Hey, lazy porter. Bro, she's still waiting for her telegram.
Hello again, sir. Need something?
Yeah, you want to tell me why there's a giant extinct elk on the wall? No? Okay. Okay. Oh boy. We have a lot to talk. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's start with Evelyn. Have you met Miss Dean? Yes, you have. Evelyn, Miss Dean, right? We talked quite a bit. She doesn't seem too uptight to hobnob with the working man, Or she didn't at the time. Haven't seen her lately. Maybe she's avoiding me. Keep meaning to just ask her, but what room was she in? Doesn't matter. She'll talk to me if she wants to. Is she a regular guest to the manor? I wish. Don't get many women like here around that. Don't get many women like her around these parts. No, this was her first time visiting. Okay. Freaks me out so much. Oh boy. I'm not too. What do you know about Mary Blake? Can you tell me about Mary Blake? Mary? Oh, you mean Mrs. Marquess? Not much. I never knew her. They hired me long after she died. That's fair. What do you know about the Grand Séance? What do you make of the Séance? Its goal? I don't know much about the Séance business myself, but it does make things a bit more interesting around here. What with the preparations and the sorts of guests we're getting. I'll tell you something for nothing, though. I hope they fail. I have to attend, and if they can do what they say they can, I don't want to be anywhere near a trapped ghost. Yeah, very fair. Letter to the manager. I've heard Mr. Varley mentioning a letter he received from the local bishop. What would they be writing to one another about? I know he wasn't happy when he got it, and he told me not to tell the women. Not that I would. I stay out of all of that. It's got nothing to do with me, and I'd prefer it that way. Last porter got too involved with these people, lost him the job. I'll not be doing the same. I do not know why I keep turning that way with my tone. Sunken red eyes. Probably the drugs. You look tired. Has the event been heavy on you? Tired? Ha! Yeah, I guess you're right. Both counts. I am tired, and this event isn't helping. You just 5 seconds ago said it was kind of interesting, but fair. What's the strange device in the atrium for? I don't know. We, Darg and me, near killed ourselves bringing it over from the residence, though. The Marquess never explained what it does, but it filled up the night you arrived. Huh. Okay. You alright, Mr. Doyle? You're shaking. Ah, don't mind it. I just maybe I'll go see the doctor later. Maybe he'll give me a little pick me up. He's a drug addict. That's what that is. I don't recognize the cross you're wearing. Does it have a particular meaning? I don't know. I seem to always have had it. Don't care much for the church, God forgive me, but I wear this daily. It's part of me, I guess. What is it? What is that about, eh? Weird that you don't know what it's about. Tell me your timetable. Anything interesting planned for the day? Interesting? No, we don't get to go to talks and balls and all that. Most of today I'll be floating around bringing drinks to rich folks. Very exciting. Then at 4 p.m. I open the bar, which sounds fun, but only really is once everyone else has gone to bed. Tomorrow, I'll be breaking my back all morning, lifting boxes into the basement storage from late deliveries, thanks to Farley getting his blasted telegraph machine working again. Is that noteworthy? Yes, actually, because that'll give us access into the basement, right? At least I'm back in the bar once it opens again, and there for most part until the seance at 9. I want to ask him about these. Oh man, there's so many things. We have 5 minutes before it like does weird things. Let's start with the hauntings. Have you noticed anything strange around the manor, like ghosts? Oh, that. You don't have to mind that stuff too much, sir. Largely, they can't harm you, but largely. Okay. Repaired stall door. I noticed one of the stable doors has been recently mended. Has it? That'd be Mr. Hunter's work then. He does all the heavy lifting around here. He's well able for it, even at his age. Locker key. Do you recognize this key? Is that the key I gave? You shouldn't have that. The bathhouse is closed and the lockers are off limits. Throw that back to reception, yeah? No. Shadowy figure? I wanted to ask if you've ever seen anything here larger than a ghost. A shadowy figure. Sir, sorry, if you need help with something tangible, then I'm your man. This stuff, no. Okay, this is tangible. The St. Brigid's cross. I wonder who's been putting up St. Brigid's crosses around the manor. Oh, you'll be looking for Mrs. Joyce, sir. She seems the type to do that. No more time. That's all we can do.
I'll leave you be.
Yeah, all right.
We'll find him again. All right. Drawing room. Off we are go. Although, I wonder how long we have. We might have a minute. Oh, hello. Mr. Scarrett. Okay. So it's now 3 p.m. So we want to be there 3 p.m. to... I wouldn't mind poking into people's rooms as well. Let's go to the drawing room first. Get that over with. But then after that, I think we're gonna break into some rooms before the night because we can do a lot of things. Oh, we haven't seen you at all. Miss Murphy. Averted gaze. I suspect she'd rather not be talking at all. Oh, something in her hand. Small burn scars, scars from years of cooking. So she's the cook. Well, we can probably spare a moment to say hi.
I'm Declan Ward, miss. Who might you be?
Saoirse Murphy? Just the cook, sir. I don't think there's anything I can help the likes of you with. I don't know magic or have powers like you folks. Maybe things would be different if... sorry, sir. I lost the run of myself.
That's very interesting. Actually, I really want to talk with her. But I'm going to not right
I'll
now.
leave you be.
Oh, all right, sir.
I would like to talk to you later, but I don't know how long we have to get into this. We haven't seen her at all, though. This nagger. Here we go.
Well, this is more of a turnout than I was expecting. To those of you I haven't met, I'm Fia Callahan, and I'm here to talk to you all about the other crowd. Thank you all for coming. I hear a lot of you have come from far afield. So it seems only right that you should get to know this place, our home, a little better. We share this land with the other crowd, the Aishi, or people of the Mound. You'll have heard them called many things, no doubt. The good people, the weak folk, the fair folk. Some of you will know them by the F word, but we won't be saying that here. And what are they? Sure, I can't tell you
It's doing
what
that glitch
nobody
again.
knows.
What's up with this?
The church would tie themselves in knots, trying to bend the truths of the world to fit their narrative. They want you to believe, first of all, that the other crowd don't exist. Then, secondly, once you know they are real, the church wants you to think of them as angels, ones that never took a side in the battle of heaven. Cast down to earth, and not hell, for they're sitting on the fence. Now, I've never heard anything of this ilk from any reliable source, only holy salesmen. Other people confuse them for types of ghosts. And given how similar the Banshee and Far Gertha are to ghosts, I can forgive that.
So it's Ban. I get it. Ban. We gotta remember that. When it looks like bean, it means ban. Ban.
But they are more than that. Some would say they are the land incarnate. Really, it's best to think of them as forces of nature. They are no more good or evil than a storm. But you'd also want to stay out of the path of a bad storm. All that said, it's easier to avoid a storm. There are signs and you get warning. Not so with the other folk. Best you can do is be polite and leave your offerings. And to avoid them altogether, best not to meddle in anything that might catch their eye. That's the main reason we don't call them by their name. Or, you know, do strange magic on their doorstep.
He doesn't like the seance. Sounds like.
And these fairy...
Please, sir, don't call them that. I've given you many's an alternative that won't draw their eye to this place, which you don't want. Trust me there.
My apologies, madam. These other folk, they differ from the winged fairies of children's stories, right?
As much as you and I differ from a wild animal. Yes. All of Europe, probably further, has their own form of the good folk. Primordial forces of nature, all. As unknowable to us as a storm or wave. As I said, Catholic monks came and tainted history. Tried to write them out of existence, and when that failed, they tried to write the fear out of them.
Write the fear out of them. What does this mean?
Writing them as friendly winged sprites. Friendly to children and all that. Stories are powerful ways to change a land and its power. It's why the church always folded in the rituals and beliefs of a place they came to. Like in our case, how Ostara became Easter, Yule became Christmas, and Samhain became All Souls Day, when the blessing of the graves gets done.
This is actually really interesting because it really is true. I used to watch some like medieval history channels when I would just to have something to listen to while I work, and they talk a lot about how like I don't know enough about religion to know if it was like it's just overall Christian or Catholic or whatever, Protestant, whatever specific brain it is. But what they were talking about is how they basically used a native culture's holidays as a way of tying into their forced new religion. It's very interesting because a lot of like Halloween traditions that we would see are very much from a previous holiday that existed and had a different intention, but they couldn't stop people from really celebrating things like this. So, holidays are really, really powerful things when you think about it. Traditions are really, really powerful things. So the way that the churches would deal with this is that they would incorporate but change it. So it was a way of like kind of absorbing it, and by doing so kind of nullifying its power. Like it's exactly really interesting history. It's sad. I mean, I think it's sad. I don't like mono religions. I think it's fascinating how religions develop, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of one religion to rule them all. It's especially like if you look at religions across the world. Again, I'm not like super studied in this kind of thing, but if you look at the mythology and the religions of cultures around the world, there are several things that coincide and crop back up. And to me, that's so very human. It's so very human that, you know, creation myths kind of often have a similar, it's just, and I don't know, it's just kind of a thing. So I don't really care for the church or mono religions. It's not my thing. More power to you if that's your thing, you know what I mean? But well, I don't know, if your thing is a mono religion and like you feel like it's okay to force your religion on other people, then no, you know, it's not all the same. I don't agree with you on a very, 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 very strong level. But obviously, if you want to worship God or worship any God, that's your business. More power to you. But I think, just like I believe that there's room for religion, faith, unknown things, and science to exist, I believe that multiple religions can exist in one space. And even multiple creation myths and mythos. You know, it's a big ass world. But this is a really interesting thing right here. It's something worth learning about if it's something that interests you. Because I would say that the church really did do that quite a bit. And with different cultures, they just kind of absorbed things and moved along. And it's when you think about it, it's a smart way to do it when you want to just erase, regardless of why you think, churches did what they did. The Christian faith has done a lot of damage to other cultures, whether you like it or not. Like, the Crusades are not what we would refer to as a positive thing. And like it or not, this kind of way of brutally and sometimes, brutally taking over and then sneakily taking over is really, it's interesting. No matter what your faith is, you should learn this. This is a very interesting topic. It's just interesting.
Ah, look! I've lost my train of thought with all your questions. Where was I?
Yo, same. I tangented hard.
What else? Oh, yes. Speaking of Samhain, masks. You all have costumes for the ball this evening, yes?
Ah, it is all good fancy. My outfit will amaze.
Well, yes. But also, no. Samhain is when the dead walk among us. You know this. Sure you're here for that, right? Well, when they leave, they don't always leave empty-handed. Some want to drag the living with them, jealous as they are. That's why we dress up as ghoulish figures, so they can't tell the difference between us and them and will leave us be. I can see some of your faces. Superstitious old bat, you're thinking. Maybe. It's certainly been said before. But just this 1 year, when you're pushing the barriers to their limits, you might do well to keep a superstition or two in your back pocket.
I like that a lot. Oh, you know what this makes me think of? I figured it out. I was like rattling around. It's the, oh god, the Mary Weed or what? Oh my god, I can't remember what it's called. But another unrelated, but super cool tradition. Oh god, I can't remember the name of it. But the riddling horse thing. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with the riddling horse thing. That, I am so glad that tradition stuck around. Oh my god, I'll try to remember the name, and because I don't, I'll get back to you on this. But it reminds me of this. I think it's a winter tradition, not like a fall one. But it's you have somebody with like a horse's skull, or you know, I don't know if it's always a real one. You know, horses do die eventually, but like you have a horse's skull on a stick, and you have somebody in a shawl or a veil. They're like hidden underneath it, and the horse head is like decorated. And you have to, if you answer the door to it, you have to like give it riddles or something. Like, anyway, sorry, super big tangent, but it just reminded me.
Right, no more questions. I'm tired of trying to talk sense into you lot. Listen or don't, it's no skin off my nose.
Okay, that seemed like nobody was saying particularly aggressive questions, but maybe they were. Who do we have? Oh good, you're here. Oh good, you're here. Oh good, okay. If there's people here we want to talk to. Talk to you. Hello, ma'am. Wow, I don't know if my mic picked that up, but my shoulder just cracked like a freaking firecracker going off. Folk jewelry. She has a tan on her skin, as if she spent time working outside. Patched up clothing. Her clothes have seen many repairs. Celtic cross, similar to many worn by Catholics in the country. Unusual hair color. A streak of white runs through her otherwise red hair.
I should close the mystery of who fought with Miss Dean. If I can form a hypothesis, I will learn something useful for my investigation.
I know, but I want to... There's so many people and it's all interesting. Fine. We'll focus on the people who were...
Mr. Ward, how are you?
We need to discuss things. Why are you here? Do you just happen to be visiting, or are you here for the Grand Séance? While it's a beautiful place, I'm not visiting just for the scenery. Which is probably for the best, considering this weather. No, if this séance will really lower the veil, as they say it will, there is someone on the other side I should like to speak with just once more. I see. God, what I would give to hear my Lillian again. Wife recently deceased. What I have given, what I have go. He might be one of those people that would go to hell and back to speak with the dead. Those people are dangerous. You mentioned losing your wife. My condolences, sir. I did, yes, Lillian, earlier this year. She turned quickly. We had access to doctors, but they could do little to ease her suffering. I'll confess, I am lost without her, which, foolish as it sounds, is how I ended up here. Her illness took everything from me. The little I had left I spent to come here, on the hope that the claims about this seance are true. If I could see her, hear her, then I'd gladly give it all, down to the very shirt on my back. Yeah, you could be dangerous. People who will give everything for something like that. I hear there was a game of bridge the other night. It was. I had to dust off my skills a bit, but it was a fun little game altogether. Might I ask who played? I may try to round up a game myself, so it would be good to know who plays. Ah, yes. Well, myself, Miss Callahan, Mrs. Darcy, Miss Barbosa, Miss Quinn, and Mrs. Lau were there. The Marquess Blake joined too. Oh, and the doctor stepped in for, I want to say Mr. Scarrett, who dropped out for some reason at the last moment. Thank you. Very helpful. You seen ghosts? I've heard talk that this manor is haunted. Have you seen anything of its type? Ah, well, I wouldn't like to call it a haunting until I'm absolutely certain, but sometimes I hear people talking before I walk into my room. There's no one there, of course, and it seems to be the same conversation each time. Can't make any of it out, really. Probably just old pipes. We're gonna go check out your room. This may sound odd, but have you seen a woman washing clothes on the grounds? You mean the housekeeper, Mrs. Joyce? I assume she does all that work in the basement. Certainly I've seen none of it anywhere else. Interesting that we can talk about this. Do you happen to know anything about the Fae? Ah, perhaps we'd best not talk about them. For the sake of the superstitious guests, I mean. I don't want to upset anyone. Have you been having any weird dreams? I found I'm having the strangest dreams ever since I got here. Have you had any of the sort? Dreams? No. Nothing interesting anyway. Don't think you said anything about that. I've got limited time. What do you know about Evelyn? Have you met Miss Dean? Not really, no. Every time I see her, she's exhausted from her day. Whoa. Right click is dangerous. Apparently that just goes... Every time I see her, she is exhausted from her day. I suppose this is an important event for her. Even though I don't know the woman, I can tell she's a big fish in this pond. I'm sure she'll find time for me by the time all of this is over. Interesting. I wonder if that can be used when there's voices. I think I'm good. I'm good with you right now.
Good day, sir.
And to you.
You've told me something interesting, Mr. Coventry. You're the Dr. Callahan, yeah. And Mr. Whatever. You, I have not spoken to. Miss Mantovani looks very tired. Yeah, she does. Well-worn tarot deck. A tarot deck worn by years of use. Miss Mantovani's jewelry is quietly jangling. It's as if her entire body is shaking despite the mild temperature. Oh, you're the one putting together this seance, and yet you are trembling.
Ora, who is this man? You're late to this event, but you have not missed the heart of it.
I'm sorry if I startled you, ma'am. I'm Declan Ward. Who might you be?
My name? My name, signor, is Carmela Mantovani. I'm the mystic who will conduct this grand seance, who will channel the forces from the other side while the veil is lowered, and allow you all to speak with the dead.
He's sick, that's right. The doctor said so. I don't suppose you've met Miss Dean, have you? We have met, not here, before in London, many times. She flutters from person to person to suit her own agenda. I have seen the damage she has caused, so I stay away. She cannot poison the flowers she cannot land on. Interesting. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself, Miss Mantovani. Ah, oh, I always hate this. I am from the north of Italy, a farming community. It was clear from a young age I was gifted. I would predict things, find lost items. This was cute. But once I heard the dead, the people of my town grew cold. Even some in my family, I don't know how to say it, and grew distant. My nonna, she took me to see a strega, a witch. I was taught the tarot and our folk magic. Italy has its own magic, of course. Soon I was good enough that I made a name for myself. Money and fame came not long after, which is how I came to be here, see? Talk to me about the seance. So you're the mystic leading us in the grand seance. See, while I began my career with the tarot, and I love it dearly, it does not provide the same show as a seance. There's nothing like it. Press your hand to the veil and feel another on the other side, the spirits calling back. And this one, where the veil will fall down like a stage curtains, there will be nothing to compare, senor, I assure you. I assure you. You're sicky. Are you feeling alright, Miss Mantovani? Oh, why do you cough? I'm not coughing because I will actually start coughing and then I'll be wheezing and it won't be cute for anyone. I'm alright, I'm fine. It is just a cough. Perhaps a cold from the weather. London is foggy, but here it is just damp to the bone. True. But I don't believe you. Are you cold, miss? Your hands are shaking. Oh, I wouldn't. Oh, don't worry about that. I have been... You're right, of course. I should be wearing my shawl. Are you missing a shawl? By any chance? Just wondering. You must be very fond of that tarot deck. It shows in the wear, does it? However precious something is, however much you love it, time will change it. This is a Visconti Sforza deck, given to me by the woman who trained me as a child. It has served me well and has given me some very interesting readings over the years. You can have a reading yourself if you so wish, Signor. You need only meet me when I am doing readings in the hedge maze. For such a special occasion, I wish to put the cards to good use, and it will be, as they say, on the house. Well, I'm down for that. Speaking of that, where's your timetable? What are your plans for the weekend? Oh, but I plan to spend much of my weekend giving readings in the hedge maze. When I am free, of course, and of course I... excuse me, I have my talk today at 5. After this, I am to meet Signorina Callahan for dinner at 7. I think she intends to, chew my ear off about this whole weekend. And there is the ball this evening. That will be quite the event, I'm sure. And tomorrow? Again, tomorrow I will spend some time giving readings in the maze, but mostly my energies will be focused on preparing for the silent dinner and grand seance in the evening. Okay. Sunken eyes. You look tired, Miss Mantovani. Oh no, that's, there's a lot of strange energy in this place. It is difficult to sleep in a place so beset with spirits. Yeah, there definitely are some hauntings. Do you think there are ghosts around this place? You don't have a sense for them then? There are more ghosts here than there are guests. Even in my sleep, I hear them. There is a reason this is the place we gather. So many years of tragedy and misery to trap so many souls. The Blakes have not always been good people, I think. But this generation, they are different, see? Have you had any strange dreams since arriving here? In a place like this, how could one not? But the recurring one, the maze of corridors leading me to the seance, that is enticing. There is a force at work in the dreams here. You can feel it. No, it is not another practitioner. It does not have that focus. What it is and what it wants, I do not know. Perhaps it will be our guest at the seance. Girl. I am sure now that there is a shared dream being experienced here. But what is it trying to convey, and how can I find out? If only there were a way I could revisit and explore the dream itself. Were you at the bridge game the other night? Me? No. The only cards that interest me are the tarot. It was those I was reading while they played their game. I want to ask her about that item. It's making sure I talk to her about that first. Do this. You know what the strange device in the atrium is for? Certo! Is it not a measure of how successful will we be? This is what the Marquess tells me. I cannot recall what it measures. Ghosts or the veil or such. Maledetta memoria. I do not know. I'm sorry. She's the one running the seance. She doesn't know what that is. You're to be our guide for the seance, I understand. That's an impressive undertaking. It is but one among many, Signor Ward. Every party wants a cartomancer. Though I must tell you, there is something about the shadows. Too long. So many in the wrong place. I am sure it is just the amount of ghosts lining up to speak with us and not something else. Do not worry, this is good. But tonight we will have to remember. She's scared. She doesn't know it, but she is. She doesn't know what's happening. There's something about this that's unsettling her and she hasn't accepted it. That's odd. You've dealt with Marquess Blake, yes? Oh yes, from the very beginning, it was he who reached out to me to come and host this event. Though how he had heard of me, I do not know. He has been very welcoming. But? It is his eyes, Signor. They scared me. Their intensity. I'm not always sure what is behind those eyes. Is it just grief that drives him? Something more? There is a part of me that worries I am enabling something in him. Have you met the child? Just wondering if you've seen the kid. How do you like the young master? I have not met him. The Marquess wants him kept from all this business. Though he would not say it, I suspect there is a hope that the Marchioness's ghost would appear. That may be too much for the boy at this age. And if she did not appear, that would be too much in another way. No, best he is saved from the whole thing until a later age. So effing sus. So effing sus. Hi.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
We have not. I'm Declan Ward. I arrived just yesterday, from Dublin. And yourself, ma'am?
Fia Callahan. No need for the formalities. I arrived at the hotel just a few days ago, but I've lived in the area all my life.
Ah, a local. A good person for a stranger to become acquainted to.
Oh, I'm not just local. I'm the local Bandri, Declan. A wise woman. I've come to minimize the damage of this damnable seance.
Okay, there are a lot of things we need to talk to her about, but we have like a minute. I want to start with Evelyn Dean. Have you met Miss Dean? I have. You stay away from that one, Declan. Lest she tried to take what's of value to you. Okay. Doesn't like him, her at all. Séance aftermath. Witch of sorts. Bridge game timetable. This is a timetable. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Well, I do think it's quite likely I'll be out in the maze for most of it. I'm tending to the old well, you see. It needs a great deal more care than it likes to let on. Between all that, my dear nephew and I have lunch plans at 1. I want to run through my talk with him, which, incidentally, is in the drawing room at 3. After that, it's done at 7, and then feet up for the night. As for tomorrow, seems I'll be in the maze most of the day again, Declan. I've offered a few scrying sessions at the old well. Otherwise, I still have lunch at 1, and I'm seeing the drawing room talks at 3 and 5. Then, of course, it's time to face that damnable seance and see what's to come of it. And I don't have time to discuss any further, so we will have to leave.
I'll let you go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
I like her. I like her a lot. Please don't be evil. I don't think she is, but please don't. Okay. Bar is open. Bar is open. But the bar is open for a long ass time. The bar is open. Bro, why you gotta be so creepy? Ooh, gramophone. Ooh. Records. Collection of recordings of classical music. I did see a gramophone in my room. I suppose these must have been put out for the guests. Perhaps this one marked music for the confusion of sleep would be of some use to me. Yoink! 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 Alright, so we will be getting up to some shenanigans moving forward. I really want to break into rooms. I have keys. I have keys for rooms. So I want to get into people's bedrooms. Which sounds pretty terrible when I say it out loud like that. But I do want to get into bedrooms. Honestly, I want to get into Miss Quinn's room quite a bit. But there's a lot of rooms I want to get into. I want into all of your rooms. Mrs. Darcy's room. Anyway, we need to check her shoe size, don't we? That's the person who we need to check shoe size. Shoe size. But unfortunately, paintings of Beatrix Blake. Beatrix? Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. It's 3:30 in the morning, and I do actually have to, you know, sleep. Jesus Christ, woman. Unnecessary. So that is going to be where I leave you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for vibing with me. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. Oh, good. We have 2 gossips. Perfect. But until next I see you, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. If you like what you see, be sure to click buttons. Let me know. It helps. It's motivating. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I just appreciate it. I have appreciated every comment I've gotten, every like, and every subscriber. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot more of you than I expected. So thank you. And until next I see you, laters.